that's not like my opinion. That's the opinion of multiple independent outlets that I looked at that covered that site where it got reposted to, and those images got at that point recontextualized by whoever wrote that article in question, with a bunch of new talking points and new ideas that are not at all contained in the original video. The original video is just images. And then from there, it appears that it got translated into at least 3 other languages: Czech, Slovak, Lithuanian. Oftentimes in this kind of investigation, you never really know what the ground truth is. But I think in this case, it seems pretty conclusive that they were made by an artist using AI. And then after that, they get picked up and repurposed by other actors, especially also on sites like Rumble and Odyssey. And you see there's a lot of copies of it on YouTube too now, from different accounts. But it's like after it leaves the original creator's account, it just gets like reposted and reposted and reposted endlessly. Yeah, I mean it sucks. And if it was my images being used that way, I would be mad and I would try to take action. What I would probably do is I would file FCA copyright claims against people using the images, first of all, without my permission, but more importantly, in a way that's derogatory or extremely offensive.
Thank you for coming on, Tim. It was a pleasure having you. I appreciate you sharing your expertise with us. I had a much longer interview with Tim that didn't need to go into this video because it's already long enough, but we have. And you wouldn't have had to make a video where you just said bullshit for 5 minutes. Okay, I've given you guys sort of the appetizer. You have a little bit of an understanding of who Philip is. So with this in mind, I think that this is an important point for us to talk more specifically about Philip's character.
Doubters will tell you these photos are fake because Google told them.
I want to preface this by reiterating something I said earlier. I don't think that this is who Philip actually is. I think that the version we are seeing of him is just as much of a caricature as any influencer on the internet. Every influencer or creator sort of makes like a very hyperbolic version of themselves to present to the internet because that's what sells. In person, I am very similar to how I am in these videos, but I absolutely play to certain parts of my personality because that's the character that I am in front of the camera. And I think Philip is doing the exact same thing here. So all of that is to say that this is not me ragging on Philip as a person because I don't know Philip as a person. I only know this part that he is putting forward online. And frankly, I think this part that he's putting forward online is kind of a douche.
Let's take a second to get a few people mad out there with these photos of excavated giant bones found all over the world. No, bro, it's fake. Didn't you read that fact check article, bro?
There's something so poetic about watching someone who I feel like I helped out of a puddle of their own vomit in the teak basement say, "Didn't you read that fact check article, bro?" Do you remember that time when, was it like, Ted Cruz tweeted, "Don't listen to the science about climate change"? It's like that. If someone tells you something and then makes fun of everyone who would try and do their own research to prove them wrong, chances are they're lying to you. Philip kind of puts on this persona of being like the smug, cold hard fact kind of guy. It's like, we're really going to trigger some people today. He's the kind of guy who probably said that everyone was triggered a lot in 2016 and then just never really grew past it. He has a few videos where he toes the line of talking about, woke things. Frankly, it's just mega cringe, so I didn't include it in this video, but you kind of get the character that we're working with here.
Hey, yo, I gotta go. I've said too much.
He also does that bullshit. "Hey, yo, I gotta go. I've said too much." Philip, nobody gives a fuck. You're not gonna get fucking assassinated for talking about giants. Whoa, Milo, but you're coming down on him. You're trying to silence him. No, I'm not trying to silence him. I'm literally just trying to do his own research for him. Honestly, I don't want to silence Philip because the longer he does this, it's fucking job security. The nice thing about what I do for a living is that as long as there is stupid people, I can pay my fucking mortgage. So please, Philip, if there actually is a sniper trained on you right now, let me know and I will do everything I can to help because I got a water bill to pay.
All dismissed as irrelevant or flat out ignored by mainstream archaeology. Who fed the narrative that they were built as tombs for pharaohs?
As you won't be surprised, he uses a lot of language like this. Mainstream archaeology. We are fed the narrative. You can tell that this is a guy who, watched Ancient Apocalypse once and then probably watched Graham Hancock on Joe Rogan, and that's the research that he's done into archaeology. And so because he's gaining his archaeological input from two people who do a terrible job of representing archaeology, he thinks he knows what archaeology stands for, which is absolute bullshit. And I want to make clear that I'm a firm believer that you don't need to need a degree in archaeology to call yourself an archaeologist. It's high time that academia have you need to spend thousands of dollars to get a piece of paper to say that you like something. But the difference between studying archaeology your whole life and calling yourself an archaeologist even though you don't have a degree, and what these people are doing is that these people are speaking like they are an authority figure in archaeology, like they know better than archaeologists. Now, I actually do have some pretty immense respect for Graham Hancock, even though I really disagree with the things that he's saying. I do appreciate the fact that he's actually trying to postulate his theories and, actually try and back them up with evidence. I don't think his evidence is very good, but at least he's engaging in the scientific method. At least he's trying to play the game, No, here he's not doing any of the extra play. He's not really adding anything to the conversation. He's just sort of drilling down all the talking points and then reciting them in 6 minutes, which there's nothing wrong with. I mean, that's kind of what every influencer does, isn't it? You kind of miss out on all the nuance, and instead all you get is like a frat bro talking about basic archaeology and trying to silence us. So as much as I don't want to get gatekeeper of archaeology, I'm going to assume you have a business degree. You're interested in archaeology. Talk about what it means to be an sexual innuendos in his videos. I don't really know why this is. I have some respect for it because,